Knock, knock, knock. It's for me. It's Jake Guy Checks TV. That's what the man said is advertised to be.
If scientists at Johns Hopkins University have their way, a tiny mechanical version of Fate from the Addams Family could be running around your capillaries someday. It's called the tetherless thermobiochemically actuated microgripper, and the researchers literally developed it to look and act like a tiny hand, less than a millimeter across, which can move around on its own. They use chemical or temperature changes to make the little metal fingers bend inward to grab onto things. Right now all it can do is grab little bubbles of dye like this, but what's great is that it doesn't have to be tethered to anything outside of the body in order to function. So the idea is, instead of having to use the roto-rooter approach to, say, do a biopsy, you could just send in the hand. Creepy, perhaps, but effective.
So we know that all living things evolved from one common ancestor that bubbled out of the primordial soup. But where did that one ancestor evolve from? Well, some biochemists from the Scripps Institute may have found a clue to this missing link between life and non-life. It's a common molecule, more primitive than DNA, and it's called RNA. The researchers found that under certain conditions, this inanimate little bit of matter can self-assemble and make copies of itself. In other words, it can evolve, even though it's not alive yet. Evolution happening before life may sound stranger than strange, but then again, evolution in general sounded pretty weird at one point too. I mean, you already buy this, so just think of it as same idea, different M word.
The dismal science, as everyone knows, assumes that rational actors drive all market behavior. But according to just plain science, other factors may have more sway, like, for instance, testosterone. A study of London stock traders found that the most successful traders tended to have longer ring fingers compared to their index fingers, which means that they were probably exposed to higher levels of a certain hormone in the womb, which tends to track with having higher testosterone levels in adulthood. High testosterone means high risk-taking behavior, so the researchers are saying if these hotheads are the ones pulling the levers on our stock markets, maybe that has more to do with the price of tea in China than all the other economic hoo-ha we hear about. The conclusions aren't bulletproof, but just to be safe, next time you feel like making a killing on E-Trade, just remember the basics. Buy low, sell high, check your fingers.